Good morning. It is Wednesday. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good to see you guys. How are you doing? Kirsten Liebelt, and I am happily close to on time. I know. Technology is so weird, but that's okay. So, the one thing though that I did this morning is instead of focusing, and because I'm going to take my supplements here. Instead of taking my supplements, I was playing with my Ninja Creamy Deluxe. I'm so naughty. So there was, I got the Ninja Creamy Deluxe like a few days ago, like on Sunday. And so we've made a few things and I know that I'm going to really like this. And so last night I thought, I'm going to do the Creamicino setting, which is basically like you're taking a cream, coffee, sweetener, mixture, whatever, and you're putting it in your container, your pint container, and you're only filling it to a certain point. And then when you get to the morning, you put in the freezer, you take it out of the freezer, you put some coffee in there and you hit the Creamicino button. And I realized that I don't care. Is anybody a Frappuccino person? I guess I'm not, because I'm like, oh, I kind of don't want a slushy. Like I don't care. So it just makes it slushy-ish. But I would rather have coffee ice cream. But I do like, obviously it tastes great, right? Like what's not to love? My husband he likes to buy salted caramel syrup, sugar-free. And so it tastes great. But I realize I'm not a slushy person. So anyway, I'm a little, I did not do my normal morning supplementation because I was playing with my new toy. So how are you guys doing? Don't mind me. I'm just going to take stuff while I'm talking to you. How are you doing? Today I wanted to actually talk a little bit about the overwhelm that people can feel when you realize that you're insulin resistant or you're getting a diagnosis. And so if you don't know who I am, my name is Kirsten Liebelt, and I was raised Italian, and inside of my Italian family, there's a lot of obesity and type 2 diabetes. Very common, right? And I thought that everything was just genetic and there was nothing I could do about it. That's pretty much where my life kind of went. And I was gestational with my first baby, hypoglycemic with my second. And then when I turned 30, my dad died of type 2 diabetes. So that's where this all comes from, that every day I come on and in some way, shape, or form, whether it's in a story or on a live or in the Facebook group, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women, I'm talking about this because, and I probably should start out with, I'm not going to cry today. I literally have never cried online before, except for yesterday, because there was a nice gentleman who he's 36 and he's on dialysis, and he likes to watch me come on and talk about this when he's on dialysis. And he said it encourages him. Well, that was my dad's last, his health went way, way down, and he ended up on dialysis as well. And it just really hit me because this is what drives me to talk to you guys. It really, really, really gets to me in the core of everything, that this is not a terminal diagnosis and we can't seem to get decent information. So I woke up this morning and somebody had asked in my group, basically, and I'm going to paraphrase because I apologize. I don't think I can bring this up fast enough and basically she said she went to her doctor. She was diagnosed with insulin resistance. Let's see if I can pull this up. We'll see. She was diagnosed with insulin resistance, and basically the doctor said this to her. I'm not even going to worry about it because I can already tell. I don't have my passwords pre-planned into my laptop. So never mind. I'm just going to keep on working on my supplements. So basically she goes to the doctor and the doctor says, you're insulin resistant. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. This is going to be the way that it is for the rest of your life. So basically buckle up, buttercup. And, you should probably start on some scripts. Is this not what I talk about every single day, every freaking single day? I am so like, how can this possibly be? And I know at some point I have to stop being so freaking shocked over the lack of information or the lack of help, but it is mind-boggling How did you get your degree? How did it happen? Gal, just saying. Good morning, Anna. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, roses. Back to you, Anna. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Anybody on TikTok, if you would like tap the screen and give me likes, and that gets out to the FYP, I would appreciate it. Good morning, Cheryl. Catching from the beginning and getting to watch the whole live. Welcome, Carla. I remember Matt from yesterday. He touched your heart too. I know. I told my husband about it. I was like, I cried on my live today. And he goes, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, he goes, why? What happened? And I told him all I had to say was, I had a young gentleman on who's 36 and he's on dialysis and he watches me during his dialysis sessions. And my husband went, he knew, because it is. Oh, you do you. You're so sweet. You guys are awesome. Good morning, Magda. Oh, you guys, all my friends are here. They're showing up. All my friends are showing up. Okay. Very, 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 very good. Good to see you. So Cheryl, I know, right? So she goes to her doctor. He diagnoses her with insulin resistance. He basically says, yeah, there's pretty much nothing you can do about it. It's a lifelong sentence. And here's some scripts. You should probably get on some scripts. So that's why I'm going to talk today a little bit about how that's just not true. It's 100% reversible and how we can actually deal with that. Now, some of the steps that I'm going to give you, like I'm going to probably tell you more than once, get into the Facebook group. We're doing a challenge right now. Ditch insulin resistance for women. Get in there. Once a month, I do a challenge in there, a 5-day challenge. Yesterday, I did ingredient trade outs. Today, I'm doing my pantry and my fridge reveal. Okay. And I do this every month so that you have like a repetition of encouragement, a repetition of resources, a repetition of nuggets to get into your head, because it takes a while to get your mind shifted in different areas. And so I want you to like have grace on yourself. I want you to be nice to yourself. I want you to allow yourself permission to have a journey, all of those things. And so we can do that inside of community in Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. Okay, do that. Today is the pantry and fridge reveal. Tomorrow I'll talk about the supplements, and Friday, because they're targeted. They're not just any, like I want people to be targeted and streamlined. I don't want people's supplement cupboards to look like their makeup drawers. Like this is a big deal to me, because otherwise, if we don't know why we're doing something, we have a higher chance of just ditching it. Like deciding that that's not going to be for me anyway. I'm never going to keep up on the, whatever it is, on the routine, on the discipline. Like, I don't remember why I was taking this anyway, so never mind, right? That's kind of the thought process. So the same thing with everything that we're talking about when it comes to food. I want you to understand why eating food that spikes your sugars, I want you to understand why it's not all about balance, why it's not all about calorie counting, why it's not all about point gathering, why it's not all about the things that they used to tell us to do, and why it's about spiking your sugars, calling on insulin, and that whole cycle of a hamster wheel. Okay. So I wanted to give you some like tangible things that you can take with you today as to what you can do. Like if you've been recently diagnosed, or if you, basically if you have a suspicion that you are type 2, not type 2, just insulin resistant in general. Hold on. I'm going to grab a couple things. I want to get my digestive enzyme and my ashwagandha. Hold on. Here's my ashwagandha. Sometimes they're hard to tell apart, but they're close, but I can get them. And then a part of that is the trio, you guys. The trio are the 3 supplements that help with insulin sensitivity. And I started these over 10 years ago. So this isn't something I started last week. This is actually how I avoided type 2 altogether, even though my entire family has type 2. I'm the only one. I don't mean my entire Italian family. That would not be fair to speak about their medical condition. But my immediate family, I'm the only one that avoided. Your first whole day. Shut up, Carla. Okay, I'm going to drink this. I'm going to give you her testimony here. She started the trio yesterday. Hold on. My first whole day on the trio was yesterday. My morning blood sugars were a lot better. I think my earlobes have shrunk. You're hysterical. Not really. Just adding a little humor. Let's go. Let's get going. Yay and hello to everyone. You're so funny. So yes, it does helps with blood sugars and insulin to come down, helps your liver to function at a higher level, your visceral belly fat, your metabolism, like it's doing. I think I just took the ones that I had set out. It's doing what you need to do to get your engine going. And you know what? I always tell people, don't take my word for it. Please don't. Literally go into on Instagram. I literally just took my last liver one. That's so funny. There's a third one. I'll just put a different one here for a second. Hold on. Basically, on Instagram, there's a pink highlight bubble at the top. You can get testimonies there. In the group, you can look at guide number 4, okay? So basically, it's just 3 supplements that have ingredients to help with insulin sensitivity. That's what we're talking about. Amazing testimonies, for real, amazing testimonies. What were the sugars that you started when you first started the tree? What were your sugars? Carolyn, that is such a great question. So I started my insulin resistance journey in my 20s when I was pregnant. So I had gestational diabetes and I was taking my sugars 4 times a day. I left the hospital after that incident, whatever situation. They tested my blood and they said, you're fine. You're good to go. Like, you delivered your gestational diabetes. I leave the hospital. I'm just super disconnected from my body. I'm not paying any attention, even though my dad is type 2 insulin dependent. And I go through my 20s and I watch his health decline like this. And he has that lazy Susan full of meds that I talk about. His health declines like this. And I'm 30 and he dies. I go through my 30s. I pay no attention because apparently I'm hard-headed. I don't know what, like, I'm just not thinking. And I get into my 40s and my weight is increasing more and more and more. My mom won't leave me alone. But I'm just going to tell you the God's honest truth. I watched my dad with his sores on his legs and with my mom always was asking me, are you peeing all the time? Are you thirsty all the time? Because these were the signs of type 2. And, I just was super annoyed, but everything that she nagged me about, I took to heart and I paid attention, right? So I was way too scared to go to a doctor to get my sugars tested. I literally was not going to do that. I inside my head, I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty much not going to do that. And I'm pretty much not going to trade out my foods because I'm Italian and that's just how this is going to go. So what I did was, and I didn't even tell people that I was assessing myself to the degree that I was, I would get if I got a cut on my leg, I'd be like, how is that healing? Am I peeing? I peed a lot today. Was I peeing normal or was I peeing too much? Like, okay, did I just drink water because I'm actually like overly thirsty, or was that not like those? That's where I went with all of this. Okay. And so I did not get my sugars tested. But what happened was when I started to take supplements, and I did that because I did this, just 3 of them is all I started with. I take more than that now because I wasn't a supplementer. 3 was like, to me, it was a lot. When I did that, things changed for me. Like, what the things that people notice the most first are like your brain fog, your energy level. Your brain fog can start to come down. Your energy level can start to go up. I started to stop the weight gain. Like, that shifted in my body. And I'm like what? And it was probably, for me, it was the cravings and the appetite that I noticed first, because I didn't know what a day looked like without craving salty, sweet, salty, sweet, salty, sweet. I didn't know. And I didn't know that that's what that was going to do. Like, I had no concept. I only literally was like, I'm taking some supplements, Mom. I mean, that I had no knowledge. So I love that question because I was probably more like most of you who do not have a diagnosis actually, or my diagnosis came in my 20s, but you don't have blood tests to prove like a high sugar, because you can be insulin resistant for years before it shows up in your blood glucose levels. So I say that because I think that there are, I was really shocked when, so I'm sharing this, I'm local, I'm in Minnesota, I'm sharing this to local customers, and I'm talking to them about this. And I have a guy say to me, and I've said this before, he says, yeah, order me more of those diabetes pills. And I'm like, what? Because I was avoiding type 2. I did not have the numbers, but you guys, eventually, once I showed up online, I had enough courage to show up online and talk about this all the time. You guys started sending me your test results. And I was like, wow, look at these numbers going down. Like, you guys are what gave me the lab test. That's why I always tell you, listen, I know what it did for me. I am not confused. I completely avoided type 2 and a lazy Susan full of meds. I've lost 3 sizes in my 50s because when your insulin and your sugars are high, you can't lose weight. I did. I brought down everything and I lost 3 sizes. But don't listen to me. Find the testimonies. Please do yourself a favor to get encouraged for your own heart. Instagram has a pink highlight bubble at the top filled with testimonies. The group Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women has guide 4, because you have to know what it's doing for other people's sugars, other people's weight, other people's, somebody this summer, she's gotten off of 2 BP meds because it's all connected. It's all connected. So if you can deal with the root, the insulin resistance right here, it's the post underneath the foundation of literally everything going haywire. In my opinion, I'm not a doctor. Everything going haywire, all your other hormones, your fatty liver, your PCOS, your gout, your type 2 diabetes, eventually dementia, like it's literally right here. So let's deal with this. This is what I talk about every single day right here. Insulin resistance, how I supplement for it, how I help others supplement for it, and how I trade out ingredients. And I'll teach you to do the same thing. And that is a big, big deal for me. So for anybody else that feels like trading out your food is too mountainous, I hear you. I understand you. I am you because I'm Italian. And I was indoctrinated into celebrating and mourning with food. I was indoctrinated into being a love language, right? But I'm still a foodie. I've just learned to do it differently. Now I'm making Ninja Creamies. So this is melting. So now this is my cremacino that I wasn't really excited about. Tastes great. I'm just not a slushy person. But I'll drink it as it melts. So I do like that part of it. But I'm just saying, there's another track to run on, and this is it, in my opinion. And then if it doesn't work for somebody, or if you don't love the results, 6-month guarantee. But let me read here. You took the... oh, it did not, Carolyn. Did not. And how long did you do that for, Carolyn? I would love to know. I would love to know. I have a girl who after 5 months, her A1C started coming down because other people's healing journeys are different. That's why I say you have to, I don't want to give false hope, but I'm not going to not give the testimonies at the same time. Good morning, Mary. Good morning. Good to see you. Because some people, there's no way to know all the factors, right? Magda, I'm freezing on Instagram. Anybody else on Instagram, if you could tell me if I'm freezing a lot, that'll let me know if it's me or if it's maybe individual Wi-Fi. Okay, let's get into this, you guys, seriously. I want to be able to just give you some basics because this comes out of something that somebody had posted in my group this morning. And she was basically saying she went to the doctor. She's diagnosed with, I'm good. Okay, thanks, Sandra. Diagnosed, I appreciate that a lot, with insulin resistance. And she basically was told that it's not reversible and that this is her lot in life. Okay, thank you so much for letting me know. Thank you, thank you. And she should just go on scripts. And this is what I hear all day, every day in my DMs from you guys, basically just saying that's the way that it is. Thank you, Shelly. Lisa, Good morning. You have a question. Why does your sugar drop after you eat protein? Because protein stabilizes your blood sugar, Lisa. Such a good question. You're such a student. Eating egg white bread at your daughter's and her dog is staring at me. I love that egg white bread, you guys. It is so good. It really, really is. Good morning, Marissa. Good morning, you guys. You're all here. You're welcome, Lisa. That's why I talk about protein, protein, protein. Maria Emmerich is where I have studied a lot of information. I'm not one of her coaches, but I've just studied her information and I've used it for myself for years now. And she teaches high protein, moderate, really good fats, keep your hormones happy, keep yourself satiated right here. And then low carbs and none of the net carb stuff, none of that baloney. That's not what helps. I'm just saying. All right. So when you're diagnosed or you suspect that you have insulin resistance, you can actually take a few steps that are very helpful. Yesterday, we did the ingredient trade out in the group, and today we're doing the pantry fridge. Number one, you have to try to fix what got you into the pickle to begin with. So what I ended up eventually doing is I flipped my food pyramid upside down. Somebody just posted in the group the other day a picture of a really, really good food pyramid that her chiropractor had on the wall. And normally we don't see really good ones like that. And I'm telling you, it's a really good one. Basically, where you're focusing on, meat and eggs and like the protein that Lisa's asking about, meat and eggs, and then greens, vegetables that are greens or very non-starchy. And then berries for fruit and some nuts and some seeds as you're going up, because you're kind of like limiting those because it can mess with your weight loss a little bit. And, there's oils in there. All the good oils are in there, etc., as opposed to eating all of the grain. So I talk a lot about grain-free, sugar-free, because being gluten-free is not good enough when you are insulin resistant, because you're trying to stop spiking your sugars. Gluten has nothing to do with the conversation, even though I know that's a hot conversation in society. Even my husband is super sensitive to gluten. You're learning from her too, Lisa. Good for you. You got her cookbooks. You did the silver membership. Good job, Lisa. Lisa, I love how you're just taking control of your life. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy. You can, Carla, thank you for telling me this. I was actually going to try to find out. You can get that poster on Etsy for $30, but I would rather just take a pic and put it towards more trio. Okay, Carla, point taken. I might buy that though. That's super interesting. You know what I wish I could get of that? I want a small one like this that I could send out to all my new customers. Like what if you were able to take like a, like a postcard, whatever this is, 3x5 little card. And, you know what I'm saying? An index card with that on it and then that laminated. I would love that. And I would love to slide that into my thank you cards, because that would be so beneficial for people to have. You could put that literally on your refrigerator. Yep, refrigerator magnet. That's right. Mary, in the group Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women, somebody posted in there yesterday or the day before a picture of a food pyramid that was on her chiropractor's wall. That is a good food pyramid, a proper food pyramid, especially for people who are insulin resistant. But it's also a way to live so that you don't become insulin resistant. And so it's the opposite of the food pyramid we're taught in school. So it really happens. Thank you for the follow. You guys are awesome. You ordered the trio yesterday and you can't wait to try them. I'm so excited for you, Marissa. See how Melissa comes off my name, the top of my head. Marissa. I'm so excited. Yay. And I think I remember your name coming through. Your last name starts with an R, I believe. All right, perfect. Okay, so let's do this. Yep, you saw that. I would like that in a smaller size. Like I might have to figure out how to create that. Anyway, all right, so diet number 1, okay? Let's start to fix the foods. If you, like Lisa's asking, why does protein bring my blood sugar down? I don't remember how she asked it. Something like that though. You're welcome, Lisa. Oh, she says she just appreciates. I just appreciate your kind words. I really do. What did you say? You said, why does my sugar drop after I eat protein? So start to prioritize protein, change your diet, stop prioritizing grains and carbs. We have to stop doing that once you know or you suspect that you are. Good morning, good morning, good morning, squirrel follower. I love that. Marissa, you're sweet. Number two, you know what? If you can monitor your blood sugar, do it. I did not during the journey of trading out my foods in my 50s. Because number one, I wasn't outwardly verbal about it. I was doing all of the assessment in my head. So I was not going to the doctor to see how I could get a continuous glucose monitor. Nobody was talking about that. I'm 59. I started at like 51 with my foods. So it was 8 years ago. Nobody was online doing videos about CGMs. That wasn't a thing. Nobody hit you. If they had it on their arm, it wasn't normal, right? So now it's super common. So if you can test your blood or if you can use a continual glucose monitor, I highly recommend it because that will actually take away the noise and it will demystify. This whole conversation about balance can go away. If you're like, balance means nothing when my sugars are spiking. Like, you can't even talk to me about your idea of balance. I mean, everybody in your neighborhood is going to have a different idea of balance. So why do we even talk about balance? That doesn't make sense. We have to talk about what is spiking our sugars on a regular basis. Number three is sleep. And I know that this is a tough one for a lot of people, but the truth is that if you're not getting good sleep, your insulin resistance and your cortisol is up the next day. And so you have to find a way. Now, this is what I have found. I started taking a magnesium. I don't think I have it by me. I don't. I started taking a magnesium blend. Find one that has glycinate in it. And if you ever have any constipation issues, find one that also has a blend with a little bit of citrate in it, magnesium citrate. It can have others, but that's a good place to start. Take that at night before you go to bed. Magnesium is very helpful for blood sugar, for the glycinate is very absorbable and it's good to help your body calm down. And then I take ashwagandha. So my line launched in ashwagandha in May and it's organic. And I started taking it to test it because I really love adaptogenic herbs. That's a whole nother conversation that I have. I talk about the purple packet all the time, adaptogenic herbs and B vitamins. They changed my world in my 40s because my brain fog was so off the charts. And then helped me basically balance my hormones because adaptogenic herbs help your body adapt to stress. So ashwagandha is known to help with stress, sleep, and mood. Okay. So I take one in the morning. It does not make you feel sleepy, but I take one in the morning and then I take one before bed just because that's an easy protocol for me to remember to get it in my system. And between that and magnesium, that has really shifted my ability to get a good night's sleep. Prior to May, I was using my magnesium I have a product for sleep. It's an herbal blend. If you need that, you can just on Facebook, you can put sleep in the comments. And I can just send you a link for that product. Instagram and TikTok has to go over to Instagram and Instagram has to get into my DMs because all the comments go away when I'm done over here. But it's just an herbal blend. It's kind of stinky a little bit. I keep it in my fridge, whatever. I was taking that pretty faithfully at night. Now, this is for me. Everybody's super different with their sleep. So you're just going to have to be a tester. But I'm just encouraging you to go on your own testing journey. Do not give up trying to fix your sleep issue. It's a very big component of getting your cortisol down and getting your insulin resistance to come back in alignment. Like, you got to rein it in. So now what I do is I was doing the sleep product with my magnesium. Now I'm doing magnesium and ashwagandha. And for me, that's a formula that's working for me. And I am really happy with that formula right now. Um, I really like this. This is probably the best for me regimen that I've been on for a really long time. I've tried melatonin. It makes me drunk. The sleep blend helped me for a long time. And then now I'm doing the ashwagandha. So you can I want you to know there are different options. And I want you to, you need to put your daughter on the trio, Lisa. Yeah. How old is she? You wear a monitor. Good for you. And that's why you're able to give me results, Lisa. When you were talking yesterday about, I believe that was you, right? Just talking about, how you've been able to go from like being in a wheelchair to being able to walk to your mailbox. And that's just function of life. Let's talk about function of life, right? You ordered and received the turmeric, but you don't know why. What is it used for? Cheryl, such a great question. Wow. So the turmeric, first of all, it's very anti-inflammatory. And when you are insulin resistant and you have high insulin in your body, you have high inflammation. Most turmeric is not very absorbable though. So this is a problem. So we're talking about it all the time, and then we're going out and buying it all the time, but it's not getting into your system because it's not actually very bioavailable. It's just the way that it is. So what they did was they took an organic extract and they paired it with fenugreek. That's why it smells sweet. Oh, I actually love the smell. To me, it smells like maple syrup. But anyway, but it's 45 times more absorbable than an average turmeric. 45 times, which means taking 400 milligrams of that is like taking 6,000 milligrams of another turmeric. The fenugreek, if you will just research that just a minute, you don't have to, but if you did, you would find out that fenugreek actually helps with sugars. So now you're bringing down your inflammation and you're getting a little help extra, read all about it, right? So that's what the turmeric does. And so many people that have insulin resistance, you can feel the inflammation in your body. You can feel it. And so we have to bring it down. We got to go, we have to deflate the inflammation. Such a big piece of the puzzle. Remember, Carla's saying, remember that Walmart has a glucose monitor and test strips that you can purchase over the counter. So people need to hear this. Thank you, Carla. It measures blood sugars for the last 14 days and then the last 30 days. Take the 30-day number and look up a conversion chart on Google. That will give you your A1C. Carla, that is amazing information. That is really, really good information. I'm going to try to remember to screenshot that, and I'll put that in my stories. I'll put that in my stories for people. That's it, she says. That's it. My labs came back with high inflammation. Glad it was available so quickly. Started it yesterday. Perfect. Twice a day, spread it out. Twice a day, spread it out. Yep, that's what that's going to do for you. Are you wrong in thinking because you have checked your blood sugar a long time after losing 50 pounds over 5 years? Way to go. That's amazing. I can feel if my blood sugar is high or low, so I tend not to test. Your opinion. I think that, but now that I'm on new supplements, I probably should start testing. I think testing can be very beneficial for your own brain. It helps you to stop guessing. Does that mean you have to test like all day, every day? Again, I'm not a doctor, so you have to follow your doctor's recommendations on stuff. But I resonate with both sides of this conversation. I was somebody who was very disconnected from my body. Like, I can remember the warm and fuzzy feeling that you get when you eat kettle chips and the carbs rise in your body and you kind of get like all warm and fuzzy inside. Like, I remember that feeling, right? I still have this memory of it, but the truth is that because I started to assess my body to even notice that feeling, to even notice what was going on, that's how I was eventually able to go, oh, I can see how these are affecting my body. At the time, remember, I was too afraid to go get tested. So I wasn't testing, but I could feel. That's why it's subjective. Sometimes it's like, I all of a sudden became more in tune with my body again. And I paid attention to how things were making me feel. Like if you're eating something and you're getting exhausted from it, it's probably spiking and crashing, right? Well, if you're testing, you don't have to guess that. So it's both and as far as I'm concerned. Get to know your body. I said this the other day. Listen, we were taught when we went through adolescence and puberty to really we just knew we could feel it when our period was coming on. We could feel it. We could feel what that felt like. We could feel bloated. We have this natural intuition with our body. But I think that over time, stress of maybe a full-time job, stress of maybe life circumstances, we kind of go into survival mode, or we go into just habit mode, and it's habitual to eat the chips and the salsa at night before bed. It's habitual to, grab a bagel in the morning with cream cheese. These are just habits, right? And we kind of lose that female connection that we have to our bodies. So I think both and it doesn't mean you have to be religious about testing, but gosh, I think it's a good tool. It's a really good tool. You added the turmeric 1 month ago and you can feel the difference. Kristen, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. That is so good. Okay, that was beneficial for you to hear. Okay, good. Yeah, those are just my thoughts. And again, you guys, I'm an Italian girl who figured this out. I went on my own self-assessing journey so I can talk from my own authentic place. But if you feel like listen to your medical providers, because I'm not your medical provider, but that's my thought process. Oh, Mary is asking, which brand of a glucose monitor, Carla? Do you know the brand? Okay, so so far we've mentioned food. We've mentioned monitoring your blood sugar if you have the ability to, or if you really think you need to be, you're so disconnected from what foods are spiking and what foods aren't, you just need to have a visual, or that you need to be monitoring because you're already type 2. And then sleep is number 3. And then number 4 is supplements. And that's what we talk about all day, every day. So when it comes to supplements, I'm going to actually give you just a handful, and then you can decide if I don't know if I have a cart together for but I can put one together. I can put together a cart if you want me to. But these are the ones that I'm going to mention because these are the ones that I know about. Okay. So one of the blends that I have has chromium in it. Chromium is a trace mineral, and it helps enhance the action of insulin and is often used to improve blood sugar control. It's especially beneficial for those with insulin resistance. Okay, that's the trio. The trio that I have are 3 supplements that help with insulin sensitivity. One of them has chromium in it. The other 2 are helping with visceral belly fat metabolism and your liver. And your liver governs the glucose in your blood and your hormones. And insulin is a hormone. So most people don't even know that. We stop being able to lose fat because our livers are not functioning, because your liver is your fat metabolizing organ. That's why taking the 3 together, what happens with people is they do see sugars come down. They do see fasting insulin come down. They do see weight coming down. And some of y'all are getting off of meds. And I don't monitor that for you guys. You're doing it on your own. Or with your doctors. And that's really amazing, right? So that's the trio. So that's number 1. Those would be 3 then in the cart that I would put in there. Another one would be vitamin D. I don't think people understand how much vitamin D helps with insulin resistance, but let me just tell you, low levels of vitamin D are associated with insulin resistance. Supplementing with vitamin D can help improve insulin sensitivity, especially to those who are deficient. So this is the deal. Oftentimes you're buying vitamin D and it is synthetic. So the vitamin D that I talk about, it's sourced from mushrooms, and it's 30 cents a day. It's ridiculous. And what I want to connect here for just a second is in 2020, when literally, if I said to you in 2020 online, if I said, hey, vitamin D is really important for your immune system, they would fact check me and tell me I was wrong. Right? I could not talk about supplements in that way in 2020 because they were all over it, because they wanted to shut down any natural conversation that existed. So I would have to just do it a different way. Now we have a very high incidence of insulin resistance, probably for a lot of reasons, but it exploded since the shutdown. people living inside. They're not getting any sun. Their immune systems are all shot. They're, all sorts of things going on, right? So now we have this explosion, and here we find out that vitamin D is actually really, really helpful for insulin resistance. So now we have the trio, which are 3, and vitamin D. Let's add in, hold on. Where is it? Okay, then the omega-3 fatty acids. So omega-3 is fish oil, but you don't want to get just any fish oil. And the reason why is because if you're not going to eat fish that is like filled, like in a bad conditions, and how do I say that? Like, you want fish that's wild caught. You want fish that does not have metals and all of the chemicals and things that they're trying to use to keep fish pools in, like, out in the ocean. They'll use, I'm going to use my wrong terms, cages, maybe not baskets, cages. Baskets, that would be in the Bible, right? Or nets. But because of the volume of fish, it creates an environment that's not very clean. So they have to use chemicals to clean the environment, blah, 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 blah. Don't do that. Just get yourself a decent fish oil. Mine is wild caught. It's like third-party tested. It's all of the good things. You want to do that. But the reason why it's so important is because fish oil actually can go into your gut, and it can bring down inflammation in your gut. But it can also, well, I'll read it right here. So it reduces inflammation and improves insulin sensitivity. It also supports your cardiovascular health, which is important for those with insulin resistance. We have such a high level of omega-6s, which are the seed oils, because seed oils are in everything. From all of the restaurant food that we eat, to the French fries, to the anything that's processed, you'll see canola oil, sunflower oil, soybean oil in, cake mixes and bars, and like everything has seed oil in it. It's really like very prevalent, just like corn syrup. And so we have this high inflammation in our body, but we also have this, our ratios are way off. Like, we're like this. Our omega-6s are up here and our omega-3s are down here. And our body has to be brought back to balance. And that's why taking fish oil. So in this particular conversation today, talking about changing out your diet, check your sugars if you can, if you have the capability of doing that. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, and supplement. A cart for those supplements would be like the trio that has 3. If you want a cart from me, you don't have to get a cart from me. But if you're talking to me and you're like, I want a cart for what you were talking about today, what could we name this one? Because I make carts and then I can send them to you. You could just, on Facebook, you could put the insulin resistance cart. We'll do that. I think I'll remember what that is. So it'll be the trio, the vitamin D, and the fish oil. Okay. And so this is a place for you to start. Like, I hear you. The overwhelm is a lot. OMG, I just got diagnosed. What do I do? OMG, my daughter just got diagnosed. I don't know what to do. OMG, I'm so overwhelmed. There's so much information. OMG, what do I do? Like, what foods spike my sugars? Like, I don't even know where to start. This is just a common, all of my content comes from conversations with you guys. That's where my content comes from. It's like, what is something that's pressing on somebody's heart or on their spirit about this whole conversation? And then I kind of take it from there. That's pretty much what I do. Because you guys, you're trying to navigate. You guys are working to navigate what's going on. Make sure to specify D3K2. That is correct. Not D2. You've been on D2 for decades and it did nothing. Cheryl, thank you for saying that. You want D3K2. Mine is a D3K2. Very, very good. Yep. And you take D3K2 with your magnesium, so it's absorbed into your body. You guys are awesome. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, the name of the glucose monitor, Carla says, is Rely On. Rely On, RELYON. That's the name of the glucose monitor that she found at Walmart. Okay. And that would be very, very beneficial. Anybody else that I'm missing? Yes. Thank you for asking, Magda. Yes. The D3 has K2 in it. So what do I recommend for liver? That's in the trio. That is in the trio, actually. So the trio, let me show you. And in fact, hold on. I'm going to go grab because I used my last one for my liver. Hold on. This is like really super duper important. Very, very important. So you don't have to do, well, okay, I shouldn't say that. Your liver is a detoxifier. That's what your liver does. Okay. So your liver is a detoxifier. I'm going to add these to my pills. This is how my brain works. Don't ask. I'm sure somebody else's, I know other people's brains work this way too. Cause you show me the cartons that you buy too. Like these are dollar store type things. Here we go. So your liver, oh, I just wish, these are things that I wish that I would have known. Your liver literally metabolizes your fat. We have the most fatty liver that we've probably ever had in our country. 50 years ago, if you had fatty liver, you were an alcoholic. Now today, we not only have this huge prevalence of fatty liver, but it's in our children. So this is how I know it's an issue. So that's why when I talk about the trio, these three, the combination of what they are helping you with is your liver, your visceral belly fat right here underneath the fat that you can pinch. You have visceral belly fat that is showing up around your organs. And this is a very big issue. It's a big conversation. Okay. So visceral belly fat, metabolism, liver, to help your liver detoxify at a higher level. It's not a detox. So nothing's going to happen to you like bathroom issues. However, when your liver starts to function, you can finally start to lose more weight, specifically more fat, because we don't want to just lose weight. Women, we don't. I know we think that's what we want, but we want to lose fat is really what we want. And then you want to bring down your glucose and your insulin. Okay. Now, just as a little side benefit, which I'm sure some people would consider this the main benefit, because this is what we think we want. Like when we get the injection, the O injection, that helps with appetite control and sugar cravings. And we like that, right? This can do the same thing, right? This helps with appetite control and sugar cravings because of some of the herbs that are in there. But you're also filling in with some trace minerals, etc. Now, what happens then is when you bring your insulin and your sugars down, you can finally lose weight. When you do not look at anything through the lens of insulin resistance, weight loss, this is where most of us are very, very frustrated because we feel like we're hitting that brick wall. I'm still not able to lose weight. I'm still not able to whatever. Now, I said this earlier, everybody's on their own healing journey, right? I love every single testimony I have, you guys. It all matters, right? However, there are some people, you're going to have more factors than other people. There's no way to know all of the variables that could go into somebody's conversation, right? So getting down your A1C over a certain period of time, that's one piece of the puzzle, right? Bringing down your morning sugars, your dawn phenomenon, that's another piece of the puzzle. Maybe you are on a lot of scripts and you really need to make sure you're taking that liver. You need to make sure because your liver is like, because of corn syrup and seed oils and over-the-counter meds and scripts and literally just the toxins and everything. Like our liver is such a powerhouse organ and it wants to function at such a high level. But if we never, ever come in and support it and help it, how can it do what it needs to do? Marissa, you need a recommendation for magnesium. Hold on. I'm going to go get mine because it's not in my line. You have to buy it off of Amazon. You can get it off of TikTok Shop. And maybe I'll choose to be a TikTok seller. I don't know, because I really like this blend. This is my favorite blend so far. I had a good magnesium blend in my line and then they discontinued it. I think they're just going to come out with something else. So in the meantime, I personally tested 3 different magnesiums. This is one of them. And I really like this brand. It is not in my line. I can't put it in a cart for you. Okay. You have to go and find it. Now it might be backwards. So if you take a screenshot, put it in your camera roll, and you can edit and flip a picture in your camera roll if you didn't know that. Liz, you're so nice, Liz. Liz says, I love everything I learned from you. You are an amazing woman. Liz, I appreciate you so much. This is the magnesium blend. I'll show it to everybody. That looks fuzzy. I think I need to clean my lens on my Facebook. You're welcome, Marsha. Okay, so that's that one. Take a screenshot on Facebook. And then here it is for Instagram and TikTok. Okay. And again, like I said, you can get this off of TikTok Shop, Amazon. You could go to walmart.com if you wanted to. But I've not seen it in the store. Okay. I've only seen it online. All right. You're welcome. Anna, sweet Anna. Welcome. Love this group. I really needed the support. Kirsten breaks all the info down and into realistic goals and into something that is understandable. Carla, you guys are so nice to me. I know that I'm missing. I'm going to put that up on my thing because I love that, Carla. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really do appreciate it because it just matters to me. This matters to me. Listen, if all I talk to you about is supplementation, which is, I don't know how to get people to understand completely sometimes, but I will try. Here, I will try. I'll take that off. When something is packaged to be marketed to you, if it is packaged to you as a weight loss system, the price is going to go up. Because they have to now pay for the advertising of the marketing. Okay. They paid to package it. They paid to like brand it and then to sell it to you as a weight loss system. All right. I rep a supplement line that doesn't do any advertising. They pay me to advertise to you, word of mouth. The 3 supplements that I talked to you about are not packaged as a weight loss system. This is just science. This is just replacing ingredients that you could be deficient in, like trace minerals and herbs, and getting your liver to function and getting your visceral belly fat. It's literally, this is opening up the hood of your car. Okay. So these are very normal priced products that just happen to come from organic farms. So, like I said, when you buy the vitamin D, D3K2, sourced from mushrooms, I don't know if you can see that there. I have to hold it up against my black. Sourced from mushrooms, 30 cents a day. Like, what are you even talking about? Right? But it's because this is comparable to just good supplements. Like, you don't have to buy things at a mart or at a drugstore and not understand the potency. It's probably not third-party tested. Like, there's no NSF certification, meaning what's on the label is actually what's inside the bottle. Like, to be perfectly honest, I don't know. I don't. I don't know that this is third-party tested. Right? However, when I looked at it, I'm like, okay, so it's made in the USA. I like that. I don't need any interference from other countries and their subpar standards. Most ingredients can't even be sold in other countries. Like the trio that you guys buy from me. Do you know how many countries I can sell in the United States and Canada and the Dominican Republic, but they can't get it in other countries because their government doesn't allow certain ingredients, or they have like allulose in the United States. I can get allulose to make my egg white bread. You can't buy it in Canada. Now, I don't know why. It's a plant sweetener, but I think we don't understand. So this being made in the USA, like now I'm saying that and now I want to see it. I'm pretty sure that's true though. It is. It's California. That makes me happy. I'll take that, right? And everything that I sell also is made in the USA. So I'm just saying, like, we have to think about these things. But that's why I'm like, I know I can't explain everything, like I can't make it all make sense sometimes, but you guys, this is just normal life. So if I can talk to you about supplements, and then I can come on here and give you free content, free support, a free challenge in the group every single month, like as much as I can possibly like hand over to you, because I went on my journey all by myself. I didn't have any videos. They didn't exist at the time, but now I can be the video to you that I didn't have. So I have thought about, like doing coaching and stuff like that, but that's really not, every time I think about doing one-on-one coaching, I'm just like, I know I could do it. I just don't know if that's where I want to invest my time. I'm just going to be really honest, right? So instead of doing that, I can create a Facebook group and I can support the customers that I have. When people purchase supplements from me, you get me. That's not being arrogant. That's just being realistic. Like, you want to hook yourself to somebody who has gone before you and gotten results on something. I don't care if that's in marriage or if that's in business or if that's in health or whatever it is. You wouldn't learn how to learn a new language from somebody who didn't speak the language. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't talk to somebody who doesn't speak French and say, teach me French. So you always want to connect with somebody who's further down the road than you are, that can teach you what they know. Okay? So that's why I appreciate that so much, because it's like, I literally, the only thing that I have to offer you that you have to invest in yourself are supplements and your own time and brain space. And then let's go. Let's go. Let's take a journey and give yourself grace. Don't do this for 1 month. Don't even do this only for 60 days. Come on. We have to get rid of the microwave mentality. We can't do that. There's a 6-month guarantee on all the products. Like, give me a break. There's no risk. Nobody's trying to shyster anybody, right? With a 6-month guarantee, that's ridiculous. But you have to know that this is a healing journey. And I understand somebody else, what are they? 5.5 pounds in 5 days, 5 pounds in 7 days, 9.5 pounds in 3 weeks, 25 pounds over Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year, 10 pounds in a month, 23 pounds in 10 weeks. I know. I love all of these testimonies. But if that's not how it works for you, will you please have enough grace for yourself and patience to walk a healing journey? Give yourself a freaking chance. You might have way more variables in your world than they did. Your cortisol might be through the freaking ceiling. And it has been for 10, 15 years because you're in a, maybe you were in a domestic violence situation. Like, I know that's being severe, but I'm just telling you, I know stuff. I don't know what you're coming out of, but I do know that God has made our bodies to heal. We just have to give it some raw ingredients. See, I don't even want that one. See, I didn't even pick up the right one there. Give your body some raw ingredients. Right here, the trio. Give your body raw ingredients. Help it to function again. Help it to wake up. Help it. Help your engine. Put the stop leak in your engine. Put the, and there are more layers. Is there more than this? Yes, of course. Do I take more than this? Of course I do. Like I could spend all day talking to you about your gut and how you need to be on a probiotic, how I have a gut primer that just got launched. Of course, but you have to start somewhere, right? But you have to have grace for yourself. Healing from the inside out, no matter how long it takes. Do it, Carla says. Let's go. Be in it for the long haul. Carla, you're awesome. This is more effective for me because I needed the support of your story and life experience along with being in a group. Yep. It matters. And I'm missing comments. I apologize. I know I say that every day, but I'm like, why, StreamYard? Why do you do that to me? Ask people to tap the screen to give you love. It helps the algorithm. Tap the screen on Instagram or on TikTok. If you would tap the screen, that would be so awesome. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it very, very much. And follow me on TikTok because I'll go into the oblivion of the algorithm when I'm done here. And so if you guys need to get a hold of me, this is the best way that you can get a hold of me on any given day. On TikTok, if you click my face up here, it'll take you to my profile. My face will come up again. Click it and you'll go out of the live and you'll go to my profile. I literally have my number there that you can text. And you can say, I was on your live today. You were talking about this, that, or the other thing, because I talk about so many things on any given day. So it literally could be, you for a half a second, you mentioned that gut primer, or you were talking about the trio, or you were talking about like an insulin resistance cart. Will you send me that? On Instagram, you can always just get right into my messages, right into my DM. Thank you. You're so nice. You get right into my DM. You guys are so kind to me. I'm not crying today. You're not going to make me cry today. That was yesterday. If you want to see yesterday's show, go back to a replay on Instagram or Facebook. Pin up your message, Kirsten. Pin up your message. Anna, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to pin a message. But anyway, you guys can get to my see, now it's gone, Anna. The message is gone. I should make you a moderator and then you could pin things. I bet that's how that would work. You can message me in my inbox. If you're looking for Foxy, if you're looking for the supplements that we just covered about insulin resistance, go into my inbox and say, I need that insulin resistant cart. Insulin resistance cart. I'll give you, it'll be 3, 4, 5, it'll be 5 supplements. 3 of them are the trio. The testimonies for the trio are either in the pink highlight bubble at the top of my Instagram page or guide number 4 in the group, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. Today in the group at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'm going to do a pantry and a fridge reveal. Yesterday, I did ingredient trade outs. The day before, I did my backstory and information on insulin resistance, just to get you educated on that. And I do a 5-day challenge every single month. So this is the one for August. It's our 15th one. Yeah, this is weird. I can see stuff. It's weird. Yes, Anna says, I don't know. Is that? I don't know how to do that. I wish I knew how to do things. Oh, I sent an invitation, but I didn't mean it, Anna, because I think that takes you. You love Pantry Day. That brings you up on my live, so I didn't mean to do that. I will research that, Anna. I'm going to find out stuff so that people can, like, if you go to settings, you can add a moderator, Kristen says. How do you know stuff, Kristen? You smarty pants. Settings. Moderators. I have one on there and it's my husband. Add. This is fun. You guys are helping me, Anna. And you don't have to do anything, Anna, but I'm going to practice with you anyway if I can find you. No results found. Well, I wonder if I have to follow you, Anna. Yeah, no results found. I will look into that and then I will work on fixing that. I thought I was following you, but maybe not. I am following you. Okay, I will look into that because everybody else. The pantry talk is at 2 p.m., which is 3 p.m. Eastern time, Liz. Yes. 3 p.m. Eastern time, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. I know, Anna. I know, and I did put in DeQueen and it didn't come up. And I don't know why. So weird. 2 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. Mountain, and noon Pacific. That's how that would look. Yes, perfect. And basically, I literally just take you into it is what it sounds like. Because I want you to get a visual on ingredients and just to understand. Like now, yesterday when we did ingredient trade outs and I told you how I used to stock my pantry, you'll see a completely different pantry today. Right? Because you can. If I can do this, you can do this. So if you need anything, let me know. I'd be more than happy to help you guys today. And I just so appreciate you. Thank you for saying Pacific time. You're welcome, Michelle. Why? Do people say something different? Or do they just forget to say it? They probably, by the time we get to the 4th time zone, we're like, oh, no, I'm just kidding. We're like, too many time zones. That's so funny. But anyway, yeah, I do. I would love to see people in the group today. And let's just make a difference. And you know what? Then you can have a different September going into the fall when it comes to the pumpkin spice lattes and the Halloween candy. It's much earlier here. It is much earlier there. It is. So, you guys can change your entire trajectory for the fall and Christmas season. And then January 1st, 2025 will not feel so daunting. It will not feel like you're just starting from not having moved at all or from being so incredibly, thank you, Kristen, you're amazing. Oh, okay, I'll answer this question. Off topic, what did I have for breakfast today? So I had 3 eggs and 2 slices of bacon. And then I did make this cremachino thing in my Ninja creamy deluxe, but I let it melt because I didn't like the slush after all. So this tastes really, really good. But I don't think that's something I'm going to make for myself. I don't care. I care more about ice cream. But I would like to just tell you this. For those of you who know the sugar-free chocolate pudding recipe that Maria Emmerich makes, and that's the one that I make and teach, that is so good in the Ninja Creamy. Now, what happens is that is a high protein. It's made with egg whites that are cooked, a can of coconut milk, cocoa. It's in the group. You can put chocolate pudding in the group in a search engine. You'll find it. You'll find me doing a video on it. Vanilla. It all has, sweetener, all that good stuff, right? So you make the pudding and you freeze it in one of the containers. When you go to spin it, it'll come out kind of chalky and you'll be like, what? But they teach you this in the Ninja Creamy. Like if you watch YouTube videos, you then put it back in and you hit respin and it comes out really good, like ice cream pudding good. So I just want you to know that was such a win. That was the number one reason I bought it, because I saw somebody else talk about it. And I thought, if I can take that recipe and turn it into something like that, that would just make me really happy, because now I feel like I am doing, and I also added to mine, I have collagen peptides in my line. I added a packet of my collagen peptides to it. So now I'm doing double duty. Like I'm a function person. That's like it's not a love language, but I love function. So if I'm going to eat something or whatever, I want things to have a purpose. That's why I'm so targeted on supplements. I want it to have a purpose and a reason, because otherwise I'm going to not care in about 2 seconds and I'm going to stop doing whatever it is. So I did that with collagen. Love that. I have a Greek yogurt one in the freezer right now. And so we're just trying things and having fun. So that's what I had, Anna. Thanks for the roses, you guys. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. Over 2,000 likes. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Peptides. So collagen is one of the things in our body that decreases the earliest. And so if you're looking for hair, skin, nail, joint, collagen peptides, it's very, very helpful. It's the collagen in your joints that you want back. It's the collagen that makes your hair grow and that helps your skin to be better and your nails to get stronger. And we go south on the collagen. It's just what happens. We go south on the collagen in our bodies. Like, I dare say we start decreasing in collagen at 25. But getting a good collagen can turn things back and you feel so much better. So it's like the ultimate in hair, skin, nail. That's what that is. All right. And gut. Oh my gosh. It actually helps your gut too. So, I mean, what more is there to say? So there you go. All right. If you guys need anything, let me know. I'm going to jump off. I have an appointment here at 11:30 that I don't want to miss. And I'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Sorry, that was really loud. Stop into the group if you have time at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. And if you don't, but you're in the group and you don't have time to watch it live, that's okay. It'll be on the replay. And during the week, I pin them up into the featured section. So Monday and Tuesday are already pinned into the featured section. Today, afterwards, I'll pin it up there, okay? And then go to Guide 4 and read the testimonies on the trio. You'll be so happy. Kristen, see you this afternoon. Woohoo! Very, very good. See you guys later. Have a really great day.